Hi everyone. So this video is going to be a bit different. It's not going to be in the garden, but it is kind of garden related. Um, it's going to be about me changing this conservatory into more of like a general sort of family room. So this conservatory has been a number of things over the years, over the last sort of 15 years. So initially when it was built, I loved it. We had the wood effect tile floor put down. I had my potting bench here, and it was really, I really did use it as a greenhouse, full of plants. And then 12 years ago, my daughter had her first baby, and I changed it and we had it more like a family room. So I had a sofa along here. We played with the baby in here. And then I have a 10-year-old grandson as well. And then once they sort of grew a little bit, it reverted back to being a conservatory. So every winter, well, every autumn, I would sow my seeds in here. It was full of plants, it was full of acers and everything. So anyway, now we have a 2-year-old grandson, and I find myself again playing in here with him, usually in amongst the plants and everything. And I thought, I'm going to stop trying to grow all the plants because I have my greenhouse now, and I want it back as a family room. So I'll take the camera off the tripod and I'll show you round the area, and I'll sort of talk through what I'm going to do, what my ideas are and why I'm doing it. So in this conservatory, I can see out into my white garden there, and then I can also see out into my little courtyard area there. So it's a lovely place to sit. So this big television, as you always, sat on this huge unit here, which I'm giving away to a family friend, and they're coming for it shortly. So my thinking is this roof goes right up and finishes just underneath the first floor windows. To accentuate that height, so my daughter, who's very good at designing interiors, and who panelled a wall in my bathroom, said, why don't you have some panelling put on that wall? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to panel that wall. So this is the colour that I'm thinking to put on this wall. This is called Apricot Mocha. So I don't want it too bright, but I do want it warmed up. I have loved this green. This is called Kilkenny. And then on this wall here, with the doors into the kitchen on, I've got this colour, which is sort of a greeny beige. It's actually called earthy beige. I think that'll look nice. So then I'm thinking when this goes and we've got all the decorating done, I'm going to have a large settee all the way along the back there, keep the rowing machine where it is, and I've got a new big rug for the floor here. But I think this will just, it'll make a nice change, and it'll be a lovely place to sit. So yes, if you're interested, just carry on watching. I'll be speeding a lot of the decorating up. This unit here is going to go because it's far too big and heavy. It's solid wood. So we use this side as a toy cupboard, and you can see there's lots of space. We don't need all that space. And this side is DVD storage, which we're not ready to give the DVDs away yet. So I'm going to put these on the shelf in the attic. Right, so I've condensed all the toys in that cupboard down to 2 new boxes, and I've bought a Kallax unit from IKEA, which they weigh nothing, so that fits nicely there. So I'm really pleased with this, a good sort out of the toys. Right, so the unit has gone and I am delighted. I'm delighted that it's gone. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow because my daughter Jessica's coming along. So she's going to panel this wall for me. So all being well, I'll see you tomorrow and I'll show you the plans that she's drawn. And then she's going to actually mark, we'll decide which one I like best, and then she's going to mark the panels out on the wall. We'll measure it and then I'll go down and order the wood. So I'll see you tomorrow. Right, so now what Jess is going to do is she's going to use a piece of string and a weight for a plumb line. It's a bottle of essential oil there, and some masking tape. And she is going to mark out on the wall the exact size and pattern of the panelling. So that'll be brilliant. So Jess has marked down marks with the plumb line. Right, so now I want to neutralise out this beautiful Kilkenny green so that I get the true colour of my orange paint when I put it on. So I've got this sort of neutral tone base coat. I'm going to put this on, leave it for half an hour to dry, and then I'll put my final tester pot on, and that will give me the true colour that I'm going to see. And what I would say is always get a tester pot and test it out. Don't think, oh, I'll just go straight from the shop to the wall because I like the colour. Because those little squares in the shop don't always give the true colour of the paint. And when you get it back to your house, the light might be different or whatever. So I would say it's well worth investing in the tester pot. So I'm going to do a tester on this wall as well with the door in, because this wall is going to be orange, but this wall is going to be that lovely stone colour. And do a decent enough patch so you know, don't be shy. And then I would just say, once you get your final tester on, go with your gut reaction to it. Don't try and talk yourself into liking something. You'll either like it or you won't. Right, so that's those 2 patches neutralised out. I'll do a little bit more on that one, cover it up. Right, so my thinking is here, it hasn't dried yet, but I'll get the little tester, and this has definitely got more sort of a pinky base in. The trouble is I'm trying to judge whether I like it or not with a background of green and yellow of the masking tape. So if we have a look there, it definitely needs to darken down a lot for it to look like that, the tester. So what I'm thinking is actually the green might just make it a bit sludgier looking. It is drying darker, isn't it, when you look at that? So I'm going to do a tester on this green as a base coat and see if it makes it a bit sludgier, and I might like it better then. I know I've just told you don't talk yourself into liking something, but I am trying to judge and it hasn't dried yet. Actually, that looks quite nice. Right, so what I've discovered is that I like the colour of that one, which doesn't have the undercoat on. So I think 2 coats of that. There's not much difference in it really, but it would save me undercoating the whole lot. And the same with this one here. Not that much difference between going straight onto the green. And if anything, that green base coat has sort of toned the colour down. So that's what I'm going to go with now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to I'm going to cut in all the way around, and then I'm going to paint the skirting board as well, so that instead of a white skirting board, I'm going to have an orange one. It's just going to all bleed in together. It's later the next day, and I've just got back from a party with the baby. Haven't we been to a lovely party? Yes. Do you want to say hello to everyone? Say hi. The camera. So yes, when I came back, I was expecting to get changed and have to paint again. And Jessica, my daughter, has been, whilst I've been away, and she has given this wall a second coat of the orange, and now I love it. And she's given all the rest of the walls their coat of, what is it, earthy beige. So this has had 2 coats of earthy beige now. She's also taken the masking tape strips off the wall, so that is the blueprint now for us to glue the wood to. So yes, I'm delighted. What a lovely surprise. So that's the stone colour on the wall now. Loving that. Loving the fact that the skirting boards are the same colour as the wall. And we'll just go over here. Gosh, there's very little room. I should have really got changed before I came in here because all the paintwork's still wet. So yes, loving the fact that these skirting boards are the same colour as the wall as well. It just makes sort of that bit of wall just look so much taller. Everything just seems bigger. So this is the moulding that I chose. Love that. And we glued the bottom struts on last night, and then just put a tiny little tack in to support it in place until the glue dried. And the reason we did that was because if you tried to put all the wood on at the same time, and all the glue that's holding the wood is wet, things can move around a bit. It's just far easier, we've found, when we did the bathroom, to put the bottom bits on first, and then they'll be rock hard set this morning, and then we can put the vertical struts on. Hi there, everyone. Right, well, eventually I'm finished. So I'm really happy with the room the way it is. I think the problem I was having was that the room didn't have an identity. It was trying to be too many things. I was trying to use it as a conservatory, so it was full of plants, it was full of toys. We were using it as an exercise room, a television room. And what happened was it wasn't working effectively as any of those things. Because when the it was full of plants and it was also full of buzzy things, then the baby wouldn't come in. And also when it was full of plants, there wasn't room for everyone to just chill out. So I'll give you a quick once round. So I would describe this room as a garden room now, garden room come playroom. Because when you're sitting in here, you are just immersed in the garden and it's lovely. So the only plant that I have in the conservatory now is this beautiful maidenhair fern, which I bought at the Chelsea Flower Show years and years ago. I'll start with the carpet. This is lovely. It's like a big, soft durry. And I bought it from IKEA. It's navy blue and white chevrons. And I thought, oh, that'll move all over the place. And it doesn't. So that's brilliant. Very happy with the sofa. The puffy that I got acts as a toy store as well. And then I put one of my console tables at the back so we can put our coffee cups on there and just lounge around here. And the lovely thing is when I'm sitting down in here, which I do now, I'm just surrounded by views of, well, that's my white garden out there. I've looked out at the white garden and the courtyard garden far more since this room was done. Whereas before they would be beautiful areas, but just areas that I passed through or hung my washing out in. Which is looking lovely. Very pleased with that. We've had loads of rain, so all the plants are drooping a bit. And then out here, I have views of my little courtyard garden. With all my aces and everything in. And then I bought these magnetic blinds, which they just stick up on sticky tape to your plastic windows. And you just drop them down, and they have been the game changer. So they just block out a lot of that low glaring light that comes in and sort of blinds you. And our television, which used to be on this wall here, and used to get all the glare of the sun, now has its back to the sun, so that's great. And then the blinds come down and you can watch the TV. And it's only been finished a week, the room, and we've used it more in this past week than the whole of the rest of the year, probably, and last year put together. The only trouble is, it's no matter what's happening, if it's sunny, it makes you want to go to sleep. If it's raining, it's very chilling, it makes you want to go to sleep. So it's the sort of snooze come play room. And then I've got toys in these baskets and toys here as well. And then I've got my fishing net there to catch any bees or butterflies that inadvertently stray into the conservatory. So yes, it's now officially the family come playroom. I'm also really delighted with that orange colour on the back wall there. It did look bright when I first put it on, but it's got such a depth of colour to it, and it sort of absorbs the light rather than bouncing it back into the conservatory. So yes, I hope that you found the video useful. If you, like me, have been struggling with your conservatory, trying to get it right, I've struggled for years, and there was always something just not quite right about it. So I hope it's helped. And you may not like this color scheme, but you can put any color scheme in any palette. So yes, thank you for watching, and I'll see you back in the garden next time. Bye.